Hello friends, and welcome to my channel and welcome to another Neocolor II video. As you can see, we have our Neocolor II crayons here ready to be used and ready to be shared. So today I wanted to share with you another top 10 Neocolor II crayons video. Because we are already approaching summer here where I live, I wanted to share my top 10 Neocolor II crayons for the summer months for your nature drawing. So these are maybe not, I would say this isn't like the summer palette, but this would be the perfect summer palette for me whenever drawing and sketching outdoors, let's put it that way. So if I want to sketch some birds, some other nature subject matters, this would be the palette that I would really enjoy using. And since I know that many of you also enjoy using limited palettes and challenging yourself to use limited palettes, I wanted to share this one with you. So let's jump straight in and I will talk you through the colors and share some fun color mixes. As you know, we love to mix colors here on my channel. So that's what I will show you today as well. So first color is ochre, and this of course is stable. You have seen this being included in many of my limited palette videos because I think ochre is, first of all, it's a beautiful standalone color, but it's really good for mixing as well. Then we have Chinese green, and this was my choice of yellow because I think it is a beautiful, beautiful, vibrant yellow. And I could have, the alternative would have been lemon yellow, which is another favorite of mine. You have seen me using a lot of lemon yellow, and I think it is beautiful mixing color as well. But I wanted to choose Chinese green because I think it has this beautiful, as the name suggests, a bit greenish undertone, which makes it perfect for nature drawing and mixing different greens, for example. Then I have here apricot. And this was maybe not the obvious choice. I don't use apricot much, as you can see. The crayon is still, I've had this crayon for years and I only use it every now and then. But I think again that this is perfect for nature drawing because it has this kind of beige, reddish beige tone to it. And it's very beautiful for example, birds, flowers. You could even use it for those parts of the landscape where the light is hitting. So I think this would be kind of very versatile color, even though you might not want to use it on its own. The red is carmine, and you have also seen me include this in many of my palettes because I think this is this is my perfect red. It is very much, I would say, like bluish red. It has beautiful tone to it. You can soon see when I activate it with water, it is really, really, really cute red. But it's not only that, it's also useful, for example, if you want to sketch some birds or flowers, you want to do some mixes, maybe mixing some purples, for example. I think carmine works really well. Light blue, well, I chose light blue because I think, of course, whenever sketching outdoors, we need a beautiful light blue color. My alternative would have been this cobalt blue. Let me check. This one is broken, but this is light cobalt blue hue, which is my, say, one of my all-time favorite Neocolor II crayons. And that would have been the alternative. But this time I wanted to add something that has a bit more strength to it. It has a bit more pigment. It has pigment, but it's not as light. This one is a beautiful light blue, and if you only add a bit of a crayon and loads of water, you can get really nice light blue washes, for example, for the skies or water or so. Also beautiful mixing color, as I will soon show you. Next we have Prussian blue, and I love my dark blues as well. And I think Prussian blue it's a classic, let's put it that way. It just works. It is beautiful for any kind of evening or nighttime scenery. It's also wonderful for mixing different kind of darker greens as well. And also if you want to sketch some ocean scenery, for example, I think that works really well. Then I have two greens, and the greens were a debate here because you know how much I, for example, love the light olive. Beautiful green, absolutely beautiful. I love also yellow green, which I think is perfect for springtime. And also I have here olive. I mean, these are, I just love my greens, as you know. But this time I chose two not super light greens, but come say moss green is a medium green. It's not dark, it's not light, super versatile. Again, if you want to sketch any kind of foliage, trees, grass, I think you can't really go wrong with moss green. Also mixes very well to create other greens. And for the mixing purposes, I wanted to include emerald green. You haven't seen emerald green being part of many of my palettes. I don't include this that often, but I think for the summertime outdoor sketching sessions, I wanted to have a really, really strong mixing color. And I think emerald green, it just mixes so well with other colors to create a variety of greens. And that's why I included it. Maybe not using it on its own, but whenever I am using or putting together a more limited palette, I want to always think how to mix the colors, how versatile they actually are. And that's why emerald green had its place this time. Then here is sepia. This is my, say, dark neutral color. Some alternatives that I would have or could have included, of course, include Payne's Gray. As you know, one of my, again, top 10 all-time favorite colors. I really, really love Payne's Gray, super versatile. I think that's could have been a good alternative. Or Raw Umber, which is another staple of mine. Love to use it in my limited palettes. But this one I want to give sepia room in this limited set of 10 crayons because I feel that, again, that it's super versatile. You can make it almost look like black, but while watering it down it becomes beautiful, say brownish gray, grayish brown color, and it mixes really well. So again, it's the versatility that we were after here. And then last but not least is light gray, a really, really beautiful color. I think, again, beautiful, very good for any kind of landscape drawing, or if you are outdoors and just want to maybe sketch some monochromatic landscapes. This could be a good and interesting choice for that. So for birds, any kind of woodland animals, things like that, I think light gray works really well. So let me now activate the colors with water, and then we will look at different color mixes. So as you can see, I went a bit overboard with water, and that's why the colors are already bleeding in together, and that you can also see already some of the beautiful color mixes that they create. But let me share some of my favorites with you so that you can see how versatile this palette would actually be and what you could create with it. And by the way, the weird noises in the background, again, it's the dog walking around, so never mind that. As I said, ochre is one of my favorite mixing colors. I think it just works really, really well. And for example, let's mix it with this light blue, and you can see what a gorgeous kind of very earthy green it creates. Super, super cute. I think this is good alternative for the olive color, for example. If you don't have the olive crayon and you want to create something like that, this color mix could actually work really well for you. Then, as I said, I think carmine is, again, beautiful, beautiful mixing color. Let's mix it together with this light gray, and as you can see, the ratio here is I have much more of the light gray than carmine because I think carmine has very, I would say, dominating pigment, so I want to be careful with that. Look at this beautiful dusty purple color. I think it's really, really sweet. Again, beautiful for florals or birds, or even those landscapes, maybe like sunset landscapes. I think that could be something really nice. Let's mix together next the Prussian blue and apricot. So I always say that the mixing ratio, of course, makes all the difference. Here again, I'm adding a bit less of the Prussian blue, a bit more of the apricot, because I feel that the blue is super dominant. But I still want it to be dominant in that sense that I want this to create this, I would say, greenish, like I would say even ocean, like turquoise color. I think it's beautiful and would be, again, really good for any kind of landscapes or birds, which I feel like are the two things that I love to sketch. Trees, birds, landscapes. Those are the things I'm sketching outdoors. Sometimes flowers, but mostly it's about birds, landscapes, and trees. And let me show you some of the other greens that you can create. So let's take this emerald green and the Chinese green, and let's see what we can create with these. Beautiful, beautiful, very bright green. Again, as I said, I think it's very important that you have a good variety of colors or the mixing capabilities so that you can create loads of different colors. Again, this is a beautiful bright green, one that's not included in the palette, but when you do the mixing, you can create something like that, which of course then it just adds the variety and versatility to your palette. Then let's have the emerald green and sepia. Adding a bit more sepia than emerald green here, because I want to create this dark, say like forest green, very dark green, which again could be perfect. Perfect for your evenings, so nighttime sketching, or just, if you are in a forest or that sort of landscapes. I think that works really well. And then let's mix a bit of Prussian blue with a sepia, because as I said, I think you can create beautiful dark blues with the Prussian blue. And you can see immediately how this sepia muted it down. This original Prussian blue is quite intense. It has this, say, like very night sky bright blue in a way, but then you can mute it down with the sepia, and that's what sepia does. I think it mutes things down and colors down beautifully. A very, very, very pretty color once again. And then let's also mix sepia with ochre, and let's see what this can create. You get a beautiful, say, mid-tone, say like a greenish, yellowish brown. And well, this is the kind of color that we didn't have in original palettes, and that's why it's important to know the different color mixes. I think, again, beautiful for different kinds of woodland creatures, animals, birds, whatever you happen to see out there. So I think that's a really, really pretty mixing color mix as well. And let's also mix a bit of red and blue, I think carmine and Prussian blue together, so that you can see this beautiful, say, blueberry color that is also, as said, very useful and versatile and a beautiful color mix. So I think I kind of showed you the point why we want to, first of all, learn the color mixes, but how can create so many different colors by using just 10 crayons. And even though I would say, as said, this is just 10 crayons that I feel that would work really well for me, especially now in the June time whenever sketching outdoors, I feel I could create so much with these crayons. Of course, we have so many different choices. I could have included loads of these browns that I love to use so much, like cinnamon brown and russet would have been beautiful, beautiful crayons. And we could have included some pinks. I think this is a very weird palette for me because it doesn't have any pinks. I love this basic pink. I really, really enjoy this purple color. But as said, I wanted to put together a palette which can actually create loads of useful color mixes, and that would be very useful and versatile on its own as well. If you wanted to make some changes here, I feel that the the apricot and ochre are actually quite close to each other. So you could replace one of them with another color, for example. That's definitely something I was debating to do, but then I felt that they mix a bit differently, so they have different color mixing abilities, if you put it that way. So I wanted to include both of them. And also what I could have done, as said, I'm missing a bright orange, like something like flame red or orange. That's because I'm not that much of an orange person. I don't use orange much, but that's definitely something I could have maybe replaced apricot with more vibrant orange, for example. I haven't included any of the dark purples that I think could have also been really nice here. For example, aubergine, really great color and good mixing color. But I felt that I could create these kinds of purplish colors that I would use and need with this palette. But as I always say, there are endless options and you can create whichever combinations you like. But I wanted to share with you this little selection of 10 crayons today, so that I hope that it inspires you to also put together your limited palette for your outdoor sketching for the upcoming season. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I think it was, again, fun to share some of my top 10s with you and some favorites with you. It has been a while since I've done that, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope this inspires you, and please share in the comments which colors you would include in your outdoor sketching palette for the summer months. I would love to hear and maybe give your palette as well a try. I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye for now.